Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today, I have a really interesting story for you about a lazy boy who turned out to be incredibly smart. By the end of this story, we'll discover how even the laziest person can find the motivation to work hard and overcome their laziness. But that's not all. As we enjoy the story, we'll also learn some new English words and see how to use them in sentences. It's a fun and easy way to practice your language skills, so make sure you stay with us until the very end. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there lived a young boy named Ryan. He lived with his parents in a cozy little house on the edge of town. Now, Ryan was known for being very lazy. Every day, he was supposed to help his father in the fields, but his only job was to chase away the birds that came to eat their precious rice crops. Most people would use sticks or slingshots to scare the birds away, but not Ryan. He didn't want to move around too much. So, he had a clever idea. He built wooden poles in different parts of the field and connected them all with ropes. This way, he could just lie down, pull a rope, and scare the birds without even standing up. His father was a bit worried about his laziness. He often thought to himself, if I ever get sick, how will Ryan manage everything? But since Ryan always got his job done, his father never really got angry with him. One summer, a terrible dry season hit the village. To make matters worse, Ryan's father became very sick, leaving Ryan to take care of the entire field all by himself. He tried his best, but he just wasn't used to such hard work. After a few weeks of struggling, the crops started to wither and die because they weren't getting enough water. Ryan felt helpless. He couldn't save them alone. That night, he sat outside under the blanket of stars, feeling completely useless and disappointed. He thought, why didn't I ever try harder? Now my family's hope is gone. He was at his lowest point, feeling the weight of his failure. The very next morning, he heard a commotion in the village. Curious, Ryan went to see what was happening. A soldier from the king's palace was making a big announcement. The king was holding a grand competition, and the winner would receive a chest full of gold. A spark of hope ignited in Ryan. He thought, this could be the answer. This could save my family. Without a second thought, he announced that he would join the competition. The villagers who heard him couldn't help but laugh. They whispered among themselves, how can someone as lazy as Ryan possibly win against strong and skilled people from all over the kingdom? But Ryan didn't care what they thought. He had 3 days to reach the palace, so he packed a small bag and left right away. His parents didn't expect him to win, but they were proud of him for trying. They hoped this journey would teach him the value of hard work and change his lazy ways for good. 3 days later, the competition began. All the participants gathered near a huge, shimmering lake. Many of them were strong and looked incredibly fit, which made Ryan feel a little nervous. How can I possibly beat these people, he wondered. Then the rules were announced. The first challenge was simple: cross the lake. The first 3 people to reach the other side would move on to the final round. The countdown started. 3, 2, 1, go. Immediately, everyone jumped into the cool water and started swimming with all their might. But Ryan stayed behind, watching them go. He knew he couldn't win a swimming race. There's no way I can win if I just swim, he thought. I have to be smarter. Suddenly, an idea flashed in his mind. He ran into the nearby forest and quickly gathered some fallen branches. Working fast, he tied them together to make a small, makeshift raft. He found another long piece of wood to use as a paddle. As he pushed his raft into the water, he thought, this is a race to cross the lake, not a swimming race. I may not be the strongest, but I can be the smartest. While the other swimmers started to get tired, fighting against the current, Ryan paddled his raft steadily across the lake. Slowly but surely, he began to pass them, one by one. In the end, to everyone's surprise, Ryan finished in 3rd place, securing his spot in the final round alongside 2 other very strong participants. The next day, the final competition began. Each of the 3 finalists was given a massive wooden block. The task was to push the block 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them was a collection of tools they could choose from to help, but they were only allowed to pick one. The first contestant, a muscular man, quickly grabbed a thick rope and started pulling his block with brute force. The second contestant, equally strong, chose a long piece of wood to use as a lever, trying to pry his block forward. Ryan, however, didn't rush. He stood back and thought carefully about the tools. I can't win this with muscles, he said to himself. I need to think smarter. After a few moments of deep thought, Ryan walked over and picked up a small, sharp knife. The crowd was completely confused. How could a tiny knife possibly help him move such a gigantic block of wood? But Ryan had a plan. Instead of trying to push the block, he began to carve it. He worked patiently, chipping away at the wood, rounding the corners, and smoothing the edges. After about an hour, his work was done. The heavy, square block was now a perfectly round wooden ball. While the other two contestants were sweating and struggling, barely moving their heavy blocks, Ryan simply gave his ball a push. It rolled dizzily down the road. He caught up to them in no time, and, with a final burst of strength and determination, he was the first to cross the finish line. The crowd erupted in cheers. No one had ever expected the lazy boy from the small village to win. This story teaches us a valuable lesson. It shows us that even people who seem lazy can be incredibly smart. But to truly achieve something great, they need a powerful reason, a strong motivation. For Ryan, it was his love for his family that pushed him to be his best. So, if you ever feel lazy or unmotivated, try to find a strong reason to work hard. Whether it's for your family, your dreams, or even just to prove someone wrong, a big goal can unlock the incredible potential you have inside you. Today, we also learned some new words and sentences through this wonderful story. Remember, learning English can be really fun and rewarding when you practice regularly. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Wisdom Tales, for more stories like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.